About 13.8 billion years ago, something incredible happened. The universe burst into existence. Scientists call this event the Big Bang. It was a massive explosion of energy and light. Everything in the universe, including the Earth, came from this single event. Before the Big Bang, there was nothing as we know it. No space, no time, no matter. Then suddenly, the universe expanded rapidly. It has been expanding and cooling ever since. As the universe cooled, tiny particles began to form. These particles eventually clumped together to form stars and galaxies. The universe transformed from a sea of energy into a vast expanse filled with celestial objects. This incredible event set the stage for the formation of our solar system and ultimately our planet Earth. Billions of years after the Big Bang, a giant cloud of gas and dust floated through space. This cloud, called a nebula, was leftover material from the formation of stars. Something disturbed this cloud, maybe a nearby star exploding. This disturbance caused the cloud to collapse in on itself. Gravity pulled the gas and dust towards the center. As the cloud collapsed, it began to spin faster and faster, just like a spinning figure skater pulling in their arms. The spinning motion flattened the cloud into a disk. We call this a protoplanetary disk. The center of the disk became incredibly hot and dense. This was the beginning of our sun. While the sun was forming in the center of the disk, something else was happening. Dust and gas in the disk started to clump together. It's kind of like when dust bunnies form under your bed, but on a much larger scale. These clumps, called planetesimals, were drawn together by gravity. As they collided, they stuck together and grew larger. Over millions of years, these planetesimals grew into planets, including our own Earth. Earth, however, wasn't the blue and green planet we know today. It was a hot, dry and violent place, constantly bombarded by asteroids and other space debris. But this was just the beginning of Earth's long and fascinating story. Imagine the early Earth as a giant ball of molten rock and metal. Volcanoes erupted across the surface, spewing lava and gases into the atmosphere. Asteroids and comets constantly bombarded the planet, creating massive craters and releasing even more heat. The surface of the Earth was a sea of magma with temperatures reaching thousands of degrees. It was a harsh and unforgiving environment. No life as we know it could have survived in such extreme conditions. However, this period of intense heat and bombardment played a crucial role in shaping the Earth we know today. It helped to create the planet's internal structure and set the stage for the formation of oceans and continents. Section 5. Cooling down. Earth develops a crust. As millions of years passed, the Earth slowly began to cool down. The constant bombardment from space debris lessened, allowing the planet's surface to solidify. The molten rock cooled and hardened, forming a thin, rocky crust. This crust was like a fragile skin on a still hot planet. Volcanic activity was still rampant, with eruptions frequently breaking through the crust. But the formation of a solid surface was a crucial step in Earth's evolution. Think of a chocolate lava cake. Initially, it's hot and gooey inside. As it cools, the outer layer hardens, forming a crust. That's similar to what happened to Earth. This cooling process was essential for the formation of oceans and continents, and ultimately for the emergence of life itself. Section 6. Oceans emerge. Water everywhere! Where did all the water in our vast oceans come from? Scientists believe that much of it came from comets and asteroids that bombarded the early Earth. These icy objects carried water ice within them. As they collided with the Earth, the heat from the impact vaporized the ice, releasing water vapor into the atmosphere. Over millions of years, this water vapor condensed and fell back to Earth as rain. Imagine a giant shower that lasted for millennia. The rain filled the low-lying areas on the Earth's surface, creating the first oceans. These early oceans were probably warm and shallow, very different from the deep, salty oceans we know today. The formation of oceans was a pivotal moment in Earth's history. It provided a stable environment for life to emerge and evolve. Section 7. A breath of fresh air, the atmosphere forms. The early Earth's atmosphere was very different from the one we breathe today. It was a toxic mix of gases, including carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. There was very little oxygen. This early atmosphere was formed by volcanic outgassing. Think of volcanoes as giant chimneys spewing gases from the Earth's interior. These gases accumulated over time, creating a thick, hazy atmosphere. However, the atmosphere gradually changed. One of the most important changes was the emergence of photosynthetic life. These early organisms, like cyanobacteria, used sunlight to produce energy, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. Section 8. The dawn of life, setting the stage. The formation of oceans, the development of a stable atmosphere, and the presence of liquid water created the perfect conditions for life to emerge. Scientists believe that life on Earth began in the oceans, perhaps in hydrothermal vents, which are hot springs on the ocean floor. The first life forms were simple, single-celled organisms, but over billions of years life evolved and diversified, eventually giving rise to all the plants and animals we see today, including us. It's amazing to think that the very atoms that make up our bodies were once part of a giant cloud of gas and dust billions of years ago. We are all connected to the cosmos in a very real and profound way. Section 9. Conclusion. Reflecting on our cosmic origins. The story of Earth's creation is a truly epic tale. It's a story of cosmic explosions, swirling clouds of dust and gas, fiery collisions, and the slow, steady march of time. It's a story that reminds us of our place in the universe and our deep connection to the cosmos. As we look up at the night sky and marvel at the stars, we are looking back in time. We are seeing light that has traveled for billions of years across the vast expanse of space. And in that light, we catch a glimpse of our own origins. We are all made of star stuff, as the astronomer Carl Sagan famously said. And the story of Earth's creation is a reminder that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves.